Good morning, everyone. A good tevach. Shavua Tov. We are continuing here in the words of the Horowitz in the Sefer HaMitzvos HaKatzar. And bear with me for a few more days. We're still learning some mitzvahs that are not very benimsa, which means we don't find them very often, and perhaps not so applicable to everybody. However, the Horowitz brings them down as mitzvahs that we could fulfill even in our generation, even outside the land of Eretz Yisrael. And therefore, we're going to continue learning straight through the Sefer so that we can cover all of the mitzvahs that the Horowitz lists for us. This over here is mitzvah Nun Hey, which is number 55. Mitzvahs asay, a positive commandment, liftois petach hamor zachar b'seh. If a person has a first-born male donkey, they have to redeem it with a seh, they have to redeem it with a lamb, with a sheep. Shenema, like it says in the verse, Upeta chamor tifte beseh. When you have a firstborn donkey, you have to redeem it with a seh, with a sheep, with a lamb. It's rare to have donkeys are more rare. We don't have them all of the time, and therefore, if the first one born is a male, we want to keep that so that the donkeys can continue to be fruitful and multiply. So, in firstborn, we said before, has to be dedicated to the Kohanim. So here we're saying let's redeem it so that we can keep it for ourselves and be able to use it. But the seh, the lamb, the sheep that you redeem the value of this donkey onto, that you're going to give to the kohen. Shenemar kol peta rechem yelach, whatever firstborn animal, and now if you redeemed it on another animal, you give it to the kohen. But a kohen and a Levi is exempt from such a mitzvah. They don't have to redeem their firstborn. What if you don't have a sheep around to be able to redeem this with? So then you evaluate the price of the donkey over here, and you take the monetary value and you give that to the kohen, and that's how you redeem it. If the redemption of this donkey was worth 10 slaim, you could end up taking a sheep that is only worth a dinar, meaning the sheep doesn't have to be the same value of the donkey that you are using. It just has to be a sheep. As we said, the Kohanim and the Leviim, they are exempt from this mitzvah. This mitzvah is something that exists everywhere, even outside the land of Israel. Men and women both are obligated in this mitzvah. Next mitzvah, Nun Vav. Mitzvah say la'arav petach hamor zacher im loy padaho. Now let's say you have a firstborn donkey and you don't redeem it. What do? The Torah tells us that you have to break the neck of this donkey. It cannot be used, it cannot have any benefit from it. Shenemar, like it says, v'im loy sifte v'arafta. If you didn't paid it, if you did not redeem it with a sheep, then v'arafta, you have to break the neck. Arifahu, what does it mean to break the neck? Shemakeu b'koifetz ba'arpa ad sheyomos. You take a hatchet, sounds very cruel, you take a hatchet and you bang it over the neck of this animal, of this donkey, until he dies. V'davka b'koifetz, it has to be specifically with this hatchet or butcher hatchet, but not with anything else, and there's no other way to kill this animal. It's sanctified, it cannot be used. You cannot get any benefit from this firstborn donkey even after it was killed already. Beton kavora, it requires burial. The efroi asa, and if there's any ashes that are there, asa, you're not allowed to use those either. This mitzvah is something that is obligated everywhere, all of the time. For men and for women, ukohanim ulevim beturim. However, as we've seen before, the kohanim and leviim, they are exempt from this mitzvah. Okay, we'll hold it over here today. We have a few more mitzvahs again that are more Kohen-based mitzvahs and mitzvahs perhaps that we don't do as much in our times, but in just a day or two, we're going to get back to the bulk of the mitzvahs, which are really much more in line with all of Klal Yisrael in this generation. Have a wonderful day and a wonderful week.